1995, Alice in Chains recorded their self-titled album, the last with Lane Staley, the one with the fluorescent three-legged dog on the cover. Recorded at Bad Animals Studio, and they actually recorded a double album, but they had some conflict with Columbia, and they only released one album. They did give them like a mockumentary, but they only released one album. Did you know that the unreleased songs have been recorded and released? Yes, by Lane Staley's nephew's band, Vessel of Light. And his nephew titled the album Last Ride in honor of his uncle, Lane Staley. So, that album, Vessel of Light's Last Ride, is going up in the 360 albums tourney today against 9 Inch Nails, the Downward Spiral. Now, let's start with the very interesting Vessel of Light. If you ever wanted to hear like a goth metal version of Alice in Chains, this will be the album for you. You hear some similarities vocally, although he's not near as good as his uncle Lane. But you do hear some similarities. You also hear some influence in the instrumentation and the production of early solo Ozzy Osbourne, Typo Negative, and even some more modern bands like Ghost. It's a very interesting album. No song really stands out more than any other, but it's really cool to just kind of journey through this album of rare, unreleased Alice in Chains songs reimagined by his nephew's band, who is a pretty obscure band. I think there's less than 100 people listen to him on Spotify each month. It's going up against 9 Inch Nails, the Downward Spiral, which is hands down one of my favorite albums of all time. I do believe that this album is a masterpiece. It has aged very well. I thought that the Vessel of Light songs were really, really strong. But when listening on shuffle with 9 Inch Nails and 9 Inch Nails songs, like there's so many different styles of songs from the Downward Spiral that it just keeps it interesting on shuffle. And when you listen to the Downward Spiral, start to finish, it is just a glorious journey musically. When Hurt comes on and you're listening to it really loud, like driving after dark, and you hear Hurt, I mean, that's just a powerful, moving song. I mean, it's one of the most emotionally stunning songs ever recorded. I love Johnny Cash, but I think the original 9 Inch Nails version far surpasses the Johnny Cash version. Now, I'm going to give you all a reward, those of you who actually watch my videos for the 360 albums tourney. Alice in Chains created a mockumentary, the Noni tapes, when they were upset with Columbia. They didn't record a double album. Vessel of Light is not a lost album of Alice in Chains songs. I was just using poetic license and just kind of joking around. Don't spoil it, though. No spoilers in the comments if you listen this far. So, what do you think? Have you ever listened to Vessel of Light? Do you like them? Do you like Alice in Chains? Do you like the Alice in Chains self-titled album? And what do you think about the Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails? I believe it's a masterpiece, advancing to the round of 180 albums in the 360 albums tourney. It's the Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails. Cheers. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, while I was working out yesterday, listening to this matchup, all that song sounded pretty good, but then Reptile came on by 9 Inch Nails, and I just put that song on repeat for about an hour while getting in reps. Reptile is great for reps. And why did I pick the Alice in Chains self-titled album? Because the Vessel of Light just kept reminding me of that album.